Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, April 25th, 2022. So this will have covered the week of April, what would that be, 19th through 24th, or 18th through 24th, my bad. So, this past week was, it was pretty productive overall. I'm pretty happy with everything that happened this past week because I got 3 total platinum trophies, which is pretty solid. So, we can go ahead. I want to mention one other quick thing. Apparently, Borderlands Tiny Tina's Wonderland already has a DLC, which is like super crazy. I guess I'm glad that I didn't buy it day one because I was expecting it to get DLCs and such, but I don't know if I was expecting one to come out that quickly. So just keep that one in mind if you are playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I'm not talking about the one-shot adventure that I have downloaded on the PS4. I'm talking about, that OG, or not OG, the newest one, the main one that just came out like around the time of Horizon and Elden Ring. So, the first platinum I earned this past week was Overcooked All You Can Eat. So we can go ahead and talk about the whole trophy list. It only took me about 3 days to knock this one out. Me and Ghost did all of the main gameplay together. We grinded out a few of the miscellaneous trophies on our own. But for the most part, we did like all of the story missions and stuff together. That made it a lot of fun because it's been a while since I've played through either of these games with another person. So it was extremely enjoyable. I was very happy getting the chance to play through this game again. Those of you who know me know that I am a big fan of Overcooked. It is a lot of fun to play. It's a great franchise. It's a great, party game. It's a great rage at your friends and scream at each other over who was supposed to keep the kitchen from catching on fire type of game. Because trust me, that's happened like when I first started playing these games years ago on alt accounts just to see if I could get through them. Also, if you hear any noises in the background, it's probably my dishwasher because I think it's finishing up a cycle right now. So anyway, for the Platinum Trophy, you have to complete Overcooked 1 and 2, as well as discover all locations and levels in the main games. Those 3 trophies are all going to unlock simply by completing the 2 games in their entirety. You can complete the first Overcooked in like 3 hours because, unlike with the other versions, you don't actually have to 3-star all of the levels. You only have to 3-star really 1 level for a trophy, and then you have to get at least 1 star, though, on every level to unlock the next level afterwards, so do keep that one in mind. You also don't have to do, like, the Kevin levels, or Kevils as I call them in Overcooked 2, so you can skip those this time because they are some of the more difficult levels. You have to complete the Ever Peckish Rises campaign, which is easy enough. It's just, 7 more levels or something, but it's new content exclusive to All You Can Eat, with a lot of new weird recipes and stuff, but it's fun, it's totally good time to play through. Now, one thing I will say, starting with this trophy, is that this game, I think they either changed a couple of these trophies a little bit from the PS4 to the PS5 version, or a couple of the PS5 trophies are glitched, but for once, in a rare occurrence, the trophies are glitched in a good way, because this trophy definitely, I definitely did not play the first level in All World once to get this to unlock. I still had 2 or 3 DLCs left to play before this one, when this one actually unlocked early. And Ghost, I think, actually got it after playing like 1 DLC or something ridiculous like that. So it must be glitched or must have some kind of different requirement than what the trophy says. But it definitely didn't require the first level of all world ones, which meant that it was faster and easier on this version. Overall, you can do the PS5 version actually faster than the PS4 version. I'll talk about that a little bit more later on. You have to throw 100 ingredients into cooking pots, which is done in Overcooked 2. You have to win a match of versus mode, which you can do with a friend, or you can just do with 2 controllers. You have to complete an extra trimming world, which will unlock at the same time as All You Can Eat up here. Now, cool thing is, though, that this is where I earned my 23,000th trophy. It was either the Extra Trimmings World or the Ever Peckish Rises campaign, whichever trophy. I don't know which trophy was the 23,000th, but it was one of those two because they popped it pretty much the exact same time. So that was 23,000 trophies, which is pretty cool. I haven't hit a milestone since like January, I think, was when I got to 22,000, or maybe even February when I did Destiny 2 and auto-popped it on the PS5. You have to complete the tutorials for Overcooked 1 and 2, which is unmissable while beating the 2 games. You have to complete 5 tickets in under 30 seconds in Classic mode, which is pretty tough to miss. Now, that's another thing to mention, though, is that Classic mode and Assist mode are the 2 different modes available. Classic mode is your standard traditional Overcooked. Assist mode makes the game easier in some way. I've never actually played it on this version or the PS4 version, which makes sense because some trophies can't be earned on Assist mode. And since you don't even need to get 3 stars on the levels this time around, there's no reason why you shouldn't be playing the Classic mode. We had a couple of levels that we had to restart on because we had bad starts, and then like one time there was like one night we were playing where the internet connection wasn't that great, so we were having a few more issues with lag. And that made us, have to restart a couple of levels. But for the most part, getting 1 star on a level is pretty much always going to be easy. So then you have to complete a classic level by doing all the recipes in order. This one will pretty much come naturally. Use all the emotes. That's very self-explanatory. You have to extinguish a burning kitchen. If you get through the whole of both games without doing this, then that's going to be kind of surprising. Unless you are one of those people that automatically resets the second something catches on fire, which is a fair thing to do, especially if you're going for 3 stars on every level. Run over the unbread 10 times on the Overcooked 2 world map. You have 4 story-related trophies here for completing certain types of kitchens. These are all unmissable. You have to teleport while playing as a raccoon, which is done in Overcooked 2. You have to have 10 tiles catch on fire at a time. That's, pretty self-explanatory. This one's a little bit less likely to come up naturally, but it may happen on one of the more difficult levels. If not, you can just let the kitchen catch on fire. And I love the trophy name, this is fine. This is fine. This is okay. The entire kitchen's on fire, and we're all going to burn to death, so this is fine. But I also will say, as Ghost was saying this as well, the trophy images are pretty good in this game. They did a good job with the trophy images. I think they did well with the other 2 games, but definitely in this game, the trophy images are pretty solid. You have to respawn 10 times, which is probably going to be unmissable just from falling off of maps. Deliver 10 incorrect dishes. This may come naturally while doing everything. If it doesn't, just deliver 10 empty plates to knock it out. Keep any finished meal for 30 seconds before serving it. You're probably going to get this one naturally because this is a good way. On some of the levels, the timer doesn't start until you deliver the first dish, so you can complete several dishes and then stockpile them together so you can deliver them all at once. You have to finish 15 games in versus mode, which does require either 2 controllers or another online player, so keep that one in mind. Put 99 items into the bin, aka throw away 99 items. This one's pretty easy, but it's a little bit unlikely to happen naturally, but you can knock it out in 1 level. You have to cook 20 items using the flamethrower. As far as I know, the flamethrower is only available in the Festive Seasoning DLC. It might also be available on one of the Versus or Arcade levels, but usually you have to get toward the end of that DLC to be able to cook items. You can do it in a single round on that level, because the timer doesn't start till you deliver an item, so it's easy. Just do keep in mind you have to do a little bit of extra work to get to a level with the flamethrower. This is another trophy that was kind of weird. I could have sworn that in the original version of this game on the PS4, finishing 15 kitchens in an arcade and 15 games in versus mode were completely separate trophies, to where you had to do 15 rounds of versus and then do 15 rounds in arcade mode. But in this version, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm forgetting something from the PS4, but in this version, finishing 15 games in versus mode unlocked both trophies at the same time, which is why I didn't actually catch the platinum unlocking. Thankfully, the PS5 has that little recording feature where it records the 15 seconds leading up to a trophy, including the platinum, but that was a different thing in this game. I could have sworn that's not how the original All You Can Eat did. Maybe it did and I'm just forgetting it, but I honestly don't think it was. So they must have made it a little bit easier. They must have heard maybe my complaints in particular that said that arcade mode is stupid and pointless, whereas versus mode actually is kind of fun. Because arcade mode just throws you into a random level if you play it normally. You have to play a level with 4 chefs that are all wearing glasses, so you are going to need 2 controllers split or just 4 controllers to do this one. You have to save an ingredient from burning at the last second. This one is most likely going to come naturally. If it doesn't, Just, let a dish get really close to overcooking when it's beeping really quickly and then pull it off. So now we get to the rest of the multiplayer trophies, and there are a lot of multiplayer trophies in the game, aside from that 4 chefs wearing glasses. There are quite a few multiplayer trophies in this game, which is a little bit odd because they weren't a major part of the other 2 games. But, I'd rather have these than, 3-star requirements. So play a level from Campfire with 4 bear chefs. That's, it's easy. It just, again, is going to require 2 controllers that you split in half, which the control scheme is extremely weird when you split the controllers. It's really, really weird. You have to get 3 stars in any level where all players are a box chef, but you can actually do this with a single controller playing solo. Just make sure that you play as a box chef. You have to play as an aquatic creature in a sushi level, which can be done in Overcooked II. You have to play a level with 4 reptile chefs. That's another multiplayer trophy. Play Overcooked 1's level 4-2 with those 3 characters. That's a 3-player trophy. You have to throw and catch an ingredient between 4 alien chefs 15 times without dropping. This is the hardest trophy in the game, believe it or not, just because it's very finicky and because, it'd probably be easier if you actually had 4 controllers. If you had 4 individual controllers, you could probably do this one a lot more easily because you could, set them up on the ground or whatever in the correct pattern for it, but most people are not going to have 4 controllers with the PS5. So most people are going to be doing it by splitting 2 controllers. And, it's annoying. It's a little bit finicky. It takes an entire level, an entire, round. And I don't know if it's the rarest trophy in the game, but it's probably pretty close to it if it's not. You have to throw 5 tomatoes at another player, which can be done in Overcooked II. I don't think you need to have another actual human player for this. I think that you can just do it while playing solo just because you control 2 different chefs. Play Overcooked 2-2 with all the players using the rat chef. Play any level with 4 players where 3 are the same chef, so more multiplayer trophies there. Push someone off of a level. This one is probably pretty likely to come naturally. That trophy image is pretty hilarious. Attempt to throw something in Overcooked 1 by hitting square, which will probably come by accident, in all honesty. And then pet Kevin, or Kevel as I often call him, in Overcooked 1 and 2. If you do not pet the dog, then you are heartless. So you best pet the dog in both games as many times as you can, because Kevel is cute. So, that's Overcooked All You Can Eat. That is all the Overcooked games that are currently released and all stacks of them. I mean, there's only, All You Can Eat stacks between PS4 and PS5. The other 2 each only have 1 version. But that is every Overcooked so far. By the way, this game doesn't have any sort of auto pop or save transfer, so you will have to do everything again, so just keep that in mind. Then the other platinum I obtained was Horizon Forbidden West, both versions of it, so we can go through this whole platinum today. Reaching level 50 is not particularly hard as long as you're willing to do some extra content. You probably won't get here naturally if you're just trying to speedrun the platinum, but as long as you're willing to go out and do a little bit of extra content, you shouldn't have a problem reaching level 50. Then you have a bunch of story-related trophies. Everything through this gold is story-related. It's the only gold in the game. The story is 17 missions long, but a lot of those missions are fairly time-consuming. So story's probably going to take you a good 20 hours, just the story missions themselves. Then you have a few side mission trophies. There are 5 trophies related to completing side missions. So this is a set of side missions. It's 3 or 4 of them. This is another 3 or 4 side missions. This one I think is only 1, but it's a long one. This, again, I think it's either 1 or 2, but it's a fairly long one as well. And this one I believe is only 1, but I could be wrong on that. So then you have to override all 6 tall necks in the game. One of them is a story-related tall neck that you'll encounter in the next to last story mission. And I want to say one of them might actually be in one of the cauldrons, but I could be wrong on that. You have to complete all of the rebel camps in the game, of which there are 6. These are the much larger ones that have a lot more rebels and machines. So complete all 6 of them and defeat a Sarah, who's sort of a mini-boss. You have to override the 4 non-story related cauldrons. There are 4 that you can find out in the open world, plus 2 that you have to override as part of the story. So these trophies are earned by completing the 4 that are not part of the story. You have to get at least a quarter stripe, which is the lowest rank in each of the 12 hunting ground trials, split up between 4 different hunting grounds. I obtained the maximum rank in 11 trials so far. I'm not done playing the game, by the way. I'm still trying to play it and still trying to get my equipment to be a higher level. And, unlock whatever I can, upgrade whatever I can, because I have a sneaking suspicion, that not only are we going to get actual story DLC because of the way the game actually ends is definitely on a cliffhanger, but more so because I'm pretty sure that we'll get a New Game Plus Ultra Hard Mode type of trophy, because so many games like to do that. I just see it being very likely. It's possible it doesn't, but I think it's pretty likely. You have to kill one of every type of machine. There are 43 types of machine in the game, so kill all of them once to get those 4 trophies. Most of this is going to come naturally just by beating the game. In fact, I'm not even sure if you can really miss out on this one overall, just unless you're not killing anything and really trying to speedrun missions or something. You have to ride the 3 regular types of ground mounts, the Charger, Bristleback, and Claw Strider. Nothing difficult there. You have to encounter and focus scan each type of machine in the game. Again, there's 43. Now, there's 3 machines that need to be brought up here. Spectres only appear during the main story and a handful of side missions. The Spectre Prime only appears during the final story missions, the final boss. But from what I have read, they've actually changed this trophy to where those machines automatically enter your notebook or whatever once you beat the missions, or once you encounter them for the first time. I could be wrong on that. Don't hold me to that because I'm not 100% sure. But from what I've heard from everyone out there, this trophy is no longer missable because they've made some kind of change to those 2 missable machines. There's a 3rd type of machine called a Corruptor that is only encountered in Mission 13 and at the end of the arena, so on the final set of arena challenges. And it does not automatically appear in your notebook once you kill one, so you actually do have to scan that one during Mission 13, or you're going to have to play through the entirety of the arena to get to it, which can be a little bit annoying. You have to glide for 60 seconds. That's pretty easy to get. Just look up a place to do it from. Complete any 2 quests that require a flying mount. You can't get a flying mount until the next to last story mission. Then just complete any 2 of the 4 side quests in the game that require it. Win 2 of the gauntlet runs. I think there's 3 total. Complete all of the contracts at any of the game's 5 salvage contractors. I think it's 5 of them. Complete 4 of the approximately 16 rebel outposts. These are much smaller versions of the rebel camps. Discover and complete 3 of the game's either 8 or 9 relic ruins. Complete 1 of the game's 5 arena challenge sets. Defeat 2 out of the 20 machine strike challenges. In fact, I don't even think I'm not sure if you have to beat them or if you can just beat 2 boards. I think you actually do have to win all the boards against an opponent, but you can do it against the easiest level ones. Weapon from every class is pretty much unmissable. Every elemental state's basically unmissable. The melee combos is unmissable when you're going for the melee pits trophy. Stealth kill 10 machines is pretty much unmissable. Same with tearing off components and picking up heavy weapons. Those shouldn't be a problem. Overriding 10 different machines can't be done until a bit later in the game when you've taken out several cauldrons. Just remember to go for this trophy and you'll be able to knock it out. It's not necessarily something you're going to get naturally unless you're doing a lot of overriding. Then you have to complete all 4 melee pits in the game and then go and defeat the boss afterward, which is, the melee pits are a little bit tricky at times. They're a little bit annoying just because the inputs are kind of finicky. Fully upgrade any Valor Surge, which is going to require a fair number of skill points. Fully upgrade 3 weapons and outfits is very easy. You can do it with the low-level weapons and outfits. Upgrade each pouch at least once is pretty easy. You don't have to upgrade all of them all the way. And enhance any weapon with 2 coils. This is easy, but you are going to have to purchase a couple of upgrades for any weapon that has 2 coil slots to be able to do it. Unlock a weapons technique for 3 different weapons classes. This will be unlocked as you purchase skills. You have to complete any 1 skill tree, which you're going to be basically needing to complete the melee tree anyway to get all the combos needed to take on the melee pits. You have to recover one of each of these 5 types of collectibles: the survey drones, the black boxes, the relic ruins, the vista points, and the signal towers. I want to say there's 12... No, I think there's 10 survey drones, maybe 9 or 10 vista points, and 12 black boxes and 6 signal towers. You don't actually have to find the God of War totems. That's actually just an extra collectible that I found 1 of so far. And then you have to use dye flowers to unlock and apply a new dye, which is pretty easy as well. The PS5 version is completely identical, but it auto-pops, so I was actually auto-popping it along the way. And then I auto-popped the last few trophies last night on stream. Well, on Saturday night. This is going up on Monday. So, nothing really difficult here except the PS5 version, of course, will track some of your trophies, which is nice. And the PS5 version, I know, plays a little bit better. But honestly, I don't feel like I missed out on much by playing the PS4 version. I really just don't feel like it would have made that much of a difference, personally. Maybe that's just me, but I really didn't feel like it affected me that much to play the PS4 version instead. But overall, I liked Horizon. It was a fun game. It was a good experience. And I'm still got a little bit more to play in it with collectibles and stuff. But I mean, it's not, it's not going to be like a game of the year or anything for a lot of people. I think you've got too much other good competition out there this year. It's a fun game, but there are a few times where it drags on a little bit, especially when you're trying to go for something closer to 100%. If you're just going for the trophy-related tasks and playing the game on the easiest difficulty, it's a 3 out of 10. That'll take you like 30 to 35 hours. If you're doing a lot of extra side stuff or playing on a higher difficulty, then the Platinum is going to be a little bit tougher and take some more time. It took me a little over 50 hours to get the Platinum because I was doing a lot of side stuff. And I'm still only at like 84% completion. So, as for trophy stats, level 775, 16%, 23,029 total trophies, 606 platinums, 3,772 golds, 6,122 silvers, 12,529 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week. This is the last week of April, so I will be continuing to play a little bit of Horizon, working on stuff in it. But I'm probably going to transition over to Lego Star Wars because apparently most of like the bugs and stuff have been fixed to where there really shouldn't be any real worries about things not popping anymore. It sounds like everything's been pretty much fixed for the most part. So I probably will start playing that again this week because, that's an 80-hour platinum. That's a lot of time to sink into a game. A couple hours a night for over a month. So I'm going to probably start working on that. I have a couple of other games that I just want to do that are currently on like the XMB on here. I'm probably going to slowly start transferring games over from the PS4 to the PS5 that are easy platinum so I can play them on here because that's just a little bit easier. So after those, we have May, which is The Division, GTA 5, and Ghost of Tsushima. Those are the current plans. Obviously, things can change. June, Black Ops 3. July, The Division 2. August, Dead Island Riptide. September through December, COD Classic, Shadow of the Colossus, Uncharted 3, Conan Exiles, Outer Worlds, other random various games that I haven't actually started yet. I do want to say one other quick thing, though, is that apparently Ubisoft has, temporarily shadow closed a bunch of their old games on, PS3. I think they might be fixed by now. But you might want to go back and start working on your Ubisoft games if you have any left, because apparently there's a lot of issues currently going on with their different games and servers, especially on the PS3. So you might want to get started working on that. Of course, for those who don't know, Far Cry 2 has been down for well over a month, and it doesn't seem like it's ever going to get fixed. I don't know if that's the case. I hope it gets fixed for the sake of people still working on it, because they really should have to give a notice before they shut down even an old game. But again, we'll have to see. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. As for videos and stream plans for this week, I don't know how much I'll be streaming this coming weekend, because I might be busy Friday and Saturday with some helping the other guys boost some stuff in Resident Evil 5. That'll be one of those nights, and then I might be busy Friday night as well. So we'll see about that. Otherwise, though, video schedule will be pretty similar to normal this week, so nothing much to worry about there. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you later this week for some more content.